The Sundered Lands. Those of you who are not known with the concept of the Sundered Lands, is I am a doomed pilgrim in the ruins of the future. I am a warrior seeking peace and an end to bloodshed. I am on my pilgrimage to the Temple of No Gods in the distant city of Gulls. My pilgrimage has brought me to the desert of Spires, inhabited by the murder cult of the ungod of spiders. My goal is to pass safely through and continue on my pilgrimage. You, my friends online, play the world. It is your goal to see me to my doom, instead of safely on my way towards the city of Gulls. You're allowed only to directly answer any question I post, so you might not be capable of doing it. Your rules are: first off, only answer my questions. 2, if you don't already know the answer, make something up. 3, keep your answers short. 4, if your answer is disruptive or anything else that does not align with my stream's codes, I am allowed to ignore it. 5, otherwise I will always have to go with the first answer anyone gives. 6, I may call out anyone to either give me a specific answer or to elaborate on an answer already given. Whenever I post a question, I will say, what do the gods say? Once an answer has been accepted, I will say, the gods have answered. This is your role. So, first off, we get to create a character. I choose 2 of the following things. I have either a wealth hidden in my clothing, a long knife under my shirt, the summoning name of a ghost burned into my memory, very long hair, uncut and unbound, a crossing and crisscross of scars, a vast and deadly patient, an instinct honed by a life of violence, or whatever I can come up with myself. I shall have, for this time, the summoning name of a ghost burned into my memory, and I shall have a crossing and crisscrossing of scars. This is my character. Do not forget that I will lead my pilgrimage throughout the desert of Spires, which is filled with the murder cult of an ungod of spiders. I've been walking through the desert of Spires for at least 4 or 5 days. I am near what seems to be one of the largest spires in the entirety of this desert. It reaches past the skies and past whatever limits man can behold. No one has ever seen its top, and its mysteries shall forever be a secret to us. Something warns me of approaching danger. What warns me? The gods may answer. Welcome, area! Something warns me of approaching danger. What warns me? Anyone should answer. Area, in the meantime, as people are coming up with an answer, we are playing the Sundered Lands, a small sort of RPG that you can play with an online community. So basically, whenever I ask a question and end it with anyone should answer, the first answer that comes up, I choose as the answer, and go on with that. So, my friends, a shadow! The gods have answered. As I approach the spire, a large way above me, in one of the outcroppings of the spire that is nearly out of sight of my vision, I see a shimmer of movement, a shade somewhere far above me. Before I can properly see what it is, it moves out. Has it taken notice of me? Or am I this small, so far away that it wouldn't have noticed that I was here? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. It has definitely noticed me. It is probably a hunter prowling around to see if new prey came by what it calls its home. I try and find a way to hide from this creature, to make sure that when it moved away, I can move away as well, without it noticing me. So that hopefully it will come to this place without having noticed me, but me having noticed it. Can I find such a place? A place to hide, a place to make sure that it doesn't notice me, but I will notice it. Anyone may answer. Screw this music. Ain't fitting. That's better. The gods have answered. Near me is a small house. It is probably old and abandoned in this now wasteland of a desert. But it seems to be still mostly functional, and it seems to be in a half broken down wall. An entrance into what seems to be a small bathroom. I quickly run in. Try to hope that this place should stay out of whatever sight this creature might have. Maybe it has warmth perception, and maybe I'm doomed to begin with, but at least one can try. I keep the name of the ghost that's burned in my mind close by, in case it is needed, and I find a place to hide within this bathroom. Can I stay hidden from it? Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have answered. I can stay hidden. After a little bit of a wait, it was probably a long way down from the spire, I hear this loud creature's closing in, but it hasn't noticed me yet. What kind of creature is searching for me? What is so hungry that's willing to eat human flesh? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. The creature before me, it is large and hulking. But as it moves and as I catch a glance at it, it is devoid of any facial features. This blank orb that it uses as its sensory organ moves around in the air. And I have this sinking feeling in my gut. This creature doesn't use sight. It doesn't use smell. This creature, it senses the electromagnetic pulses in the air. I have no way of hiding from this, but it hasn't necessarily found yet where I am due to my hiding place. Can I charge it? Can I catch it unawares and gain the upper hand? Maybe incapacitating it long enough for me to be capable of running away before it can catch me. Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. No, I cannot. But yet I try, for it is the only thing that I know. My crossing and crisscrossing of scars show that the one way I know how to solve problems is by battle. I quickly try and move forwards, but before I get close enough to actually hit it in the face, I step on a twig. It snaps loudly, louder than any sound I've ever heard, though it might not actually be that in real life. To me, this might spell my doom. The creature snaps around. I try and run away, as it definitely noticed me. Can I run away, or will it always catch up to me? Anyone may answer. See ya, Xylo! Snowlight, the question is not if I will run. The question is if I can run without it catching me. Anyone may answer. I will run anyway, believe me. I can run. The gods have answered. Quickly, as it moves its orb-like features around. Before it can notice me, I run back into the house. As I move and move, I find a different way out. A way that the beast cannot follow me in. What do I find? Anyone can answer. Hey, that's unfair, Xylo. Area Zone can also have fun. The gods have answered. As I move back into the house, hoping to find a way out, I find what seems to be an old children's room. But there's something eerie about it. Something is not quite right. As I move forward, I almost step on a weird, misformed doll. As I pick it up, I see that, though from a distance it might be seen as a normal children's toy, it is twisted, it's warped. Out of its back are these 8 black tendrils that creep out and jut around it, grabbing it in the middle and pulling it apart. As I pick it up, a twitch from the doll comes and as the black tendrils sledge out and manage to... I drop it out of shock and it skitters off. However, it skitters off to what seems to be under the bed, in a way where I thought nobody could come. After closer inspection, I find what seems to be another entryway that leads underground. Something that could most surely keep me away from the faceless creature that's outside. But the bed is over and it is heavy. Do I have the strength to move it out before the creature notices me? Anyone may answer. Yes! Quickly, the gods have answered. Sorry. I quickly grabbed the bed by under its hinges. Luckily, it being a children's bed, though large it might be, it is not built too sturdy, for it was never made to carry a heavy burden. I push it aside and I find this small hatch. I tear it open as I hear the creature enter the house. Quickly, before it can find a room where I'm in, I jump down But not before I notice this insignia of a 10-legged spider on the latch. Nothing could be worse than this creature that's outside. So I heeded no mind right now. I close the latch behind me, and I'm filled with darkness. After what seems like a minute, maybe two, my eyes are adjusted to the darkness around me. What do I see? Phaefra may answer. The gods have answered. As my eyes get used to the very dim lighting that's around here, I see weird, squarish forms filling the walls from both the left and the right side in what seems to be a never-ending hallway. As my eyes get adjusted, both the left and the right wall are filled with paintings from top to bottom, exactly lining each other out so that no piece of a wall is left. Each of these paintings show grotesque images of humanoids or creatures alike merged with the will of the spider gods. As I move forward, something irks me, something grabs my attention. What is it? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. As I take a few steps forward, I keep walking at a very slow pace, very aware of the surroundings around me. Suddenly, behind me, something falls. As I look behind, there seems to be this one small painting that has fallen outside of the wall. But it's instead of stone behind it, all I can see is the void. As I move close to inspect, I see something hideous. What is it that I see? Snowlight may answer. Snowlight? Ah! The gods have answered. It forms into a puddle. And it drips down as it covers one of the paintings that was underneath it entirely in this black, inky void. Something draws me to this picture, to this frame now blacker than the night. And as I move in closer, I see my wife. She stands next to me, still in her pristine form, before I lost her. Before the day it all went wrong. And behind her I see the same demon that ruined my life. The same demon that gave me the scars. The same demon that I killed. and whose ghost I bound to me. I feel this pain panging in the back of my head. It's the ghost that's now bound to me. Its spirit, trying to lash out, trying to get out. It sees the fear that's inside of me, but I fight. I will will it to hold it in. Can I keep the ghost that is part of me under control? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. No. Before I notice it, I shriek out in a large wail of pain. As from the back of my mind, this smoke starts to pour out of the end of my skull. Blackish, reddish smoke, as if my head is on fire. It's the same ways that it feels. Slowly, in this mirror that's in front of me, this void mirror, I can see the horns curling up from outside of my own head. My own face starting to turn into the images of whatever this demon was. Can I fight it? Can I still keep this ghost of my own? Can I make sure that I can still use it as a weapon, even if it costs me now, or I need to let go out of fear of my own well-being? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. It is still usable, but not in the way it was before. It has become too powerful to just hold in my mind. As I grab the horns, try to tear them off, I feel my muscles expand. As this ghost, this creature is now becoming one with my body. I focus. I drop down on the floor in pain, and I meditate. I keep this feeling of whatever this being is. The murderer of my wife. The destroyer of my village. I keep it inside. Though it might change me. Though I might never turn back to who I was. It is still mine to use. Though it's slowly eating at me. Some time has passed. I fear I do not remember how long I was out on the floor. But I've returned to my senses. As I stand up and look into the mirror, I see these two small reddish horns protruding from the front of my head. And my eyes have become yellow, cat-like eyes. But furthermore, I look mostly normal. My step has a new spring to it. And I feel more alive and energetic than I've ever before. Though I also notice this pain that is burning and slowly getting steadily closer to my heart. As I try and track my surroundings, I find that I have an easier time looking into the dark. Which also shows me the danger that is close by. What danger might get the best of me if I were not as empowered as I am right now? Anyone may answer. Sorry? Ooh. Anyone? Snowlight. My new eyes that are more accustomed to the darkness show a danger that before I could not see. What is it that my now empowered eyes notice? What danger gets near to me? Anyone may answer. I'm interested. Let's see what it's gonna be. My renewed eyes see the ends of the gods. Further away is this crossroads where what would once be impossible to see in the darkness. I see now a man walking by. I can hear him in the distance. He seems to be muttering some nonsense. Or it might be the praise to a god. One that I have not spoken to in a long time. Or maybe one of the ungods that inhabit this plane. As I get closer, I can see on his clothing that he has darkest clothing, but he has this large red cross on the back of him. Almost as if a nod to one of the deadly spiders. All along his body are these small, dual-sized holes. There's small little wounds everywhere, as if this man has been bitten by spiders more than enough times already. As I move in, I see his 8 eyes blinking, all separately from each other, as he looks around. Has he noticed me yet? Anyone may answer. What's up with this music? Jesus. The gods have answered. No, he hasn't noticed me yet. I quickly get down, low to the ground, and I use my new feral senses to moving closer. This beating, throbbing pain, it subsides, and I get closer. Can I catch him unawares? Can I get him down before there's a chance to fight? Anyone may answer. I will obviously jump him, by the way. I'm sneaking up and... Ah! The gods have answered. Yes! I jump him. He's on the ground. Somewhere on me I have this small, what seems to be a penknife. It was never used for combat, and should never be used for it as well. But it's more than my hands alone would be. I jam it in his throat. He gurgles. As his life seems to leave him. There's a sputtering and his wailing near death. Call others of his kind. Anyone may answer. I managed to just barely get him on the ground. I have this small, little, almost a pencil that I managed to stick in his throat to make sure that he can't do anything anymore. But I can't stop him from wailing and making an awful lot of ruckus before he dies. Does the wailing of the dead call more of its kind? Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have answered. As the life flows out of him, I can hear the sounds moving in the distance. It's this weird chittering, but it feels more meaty than any spider could ever be. Slowly I hear more and more of them closing in. I'm surrounded by pathways in this underground, what seems to be maze, filled with all these weird portrayals of strange beasts. I run. Can I find a way out before they find me? Anyone may answer. No, the gods have spoken. I run and I run. I go a left, a right, another left. 2 times straight onwards, another left, another right. But there seems no end to these halls. I listen behind me. They are still nearby, but they don't seem to have noticed exactly where I am yet. I look around. Do I find any sign that could show me a direction to go? A better approach, possibly. Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have spoken. I run forward a little bit more, trying to stay away from the creatures that are behind me. As I frantically look around me to see if there's a way out, or at least a sign of a way to get rid of these creatures that are behind me. What kind of sign do I notice? Snowlight may answer. I notice along the walls, inscribed in the paintings that are everywhere, there's old runes. But only part of them seem to be part of my memory. The others of them are long lost. They're runes of a lost civilization, one that once I made my job of to find out what they were and what they were about. But now, those days are long behind me. Now I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. And these creatures moving closer. I do see from one of the runes a possible way I could go. But before I can go there, I see 2 or 3 of these creatures move in the path that I want to take. Can I sneak past them without them noticing me? Anyone may answer. No, the gods have spoken. I sneak in closer and hope to get past them. But before I can, one of the paintings to my right. I'd forgotten to take notice of them, but on it is this female-type creature. It has 4 eyes, 1 on the top of its head and 3 at the bottom of her head. Its nose seems to only be slits, while its mouth is wider than any could ever be. But surrounding it are these beautiful long locks of dark bluish hair. I hadn't noticed at first, but the hair moves. And as I get past the painting, whatever creature is in there, it shouts out. An echo fills the halls. I see the creatures on my side, and they see me as well. Excuse me. They see me as well. A quick moment of contemplation, and a name comes to my tongue. Gerlenbor, lend me your speed. That's the speed I gain from the demon that is bound to me. Make me fast enough to stay away from these creatures, to find the way out before they can grab me. Or is this going to be a fight? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. Even the speed of my demon enemy ain't enough to get away from these small halls. They quickly block my way out. One of them has 8 tendrils. It has no legs. It has no arms. It just stands on its legs. And there's the 8 spider legs that move out from the side of his body. It is weird and disfigured, while the other ones try and move around me. I use the speed of my demon to move in. I clock one of them on the head and try and punch the other one straight in the abdomen. Now this, for everyone watching, is where I get to roll dice to see what happens. 10. As I hit them in the knees, 2 of them fall down. Especially the one that only has the shorter kind of spider legs. It manages to lose its footing and is now on the ground, not capable of turning around. The other 2, one of them runs away to try and get the other ones, and I grab the last one by its head. I might overpower them here. Do they submit to my power and let me run away? Or are they fighting to the death? Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have answered. I quickly choke the one that I'm holding out as the last one that was now on its back, trying to climb her out. I look at him. He ain't gonna do anything to anyone anytime soon, but the one that just ran, he might cause problems. I leave him, hoping that my demon gives me the speed to get out of here, and I follow the path that I found. Do I find the exit before any of them can find the exit? Am I first there? Or is there going to be one more obstacle in my way before I can get out of these tunnels of the murder cult of the ungod of spiders? Anyone may answer. I like how the dice were on top of my head. Oh boy.
Aha! Welcome to the League of Adventurers!
Area zone. Thank you. So what shall it be? Gods. Can I find my way out? Or am I going to get blocked before I'm there? Can the demon speed that has possessed me bring me to the exit? Yes, the gods have spoken. I find my way out. I run and run, but the creature seems to have lost me, and before long I manage to find the runes that lead me to the exit. A blinding light comes in from the top, and it seems not so weird that the creatures stay away from me. They seem to be weak from the light, this murder cult being so entangled with their long wished for ancestry. I climb out and find myself in the waning sun as the day nears its end. I find that in this indescribable place that I've been stuck in for what seems to be an eternity, I've managed to actually relay quite a distance, and I can see the city of gulls not too far away from here. My journey is nearly to an end, if it were not for the massive spire that's in front of me. As I move on towards the spire, I can feel the toll of my demon. I use its powers without thought, without caution, and slowly it's been encrusting over me. As I reach up, I feel the horns, they have grown. So look at my hands. My nails have gotten pointier, and red scales seem to slowly start growing out of my hands. I feel this pain rack up in my back as the darkness clouds over my mind and tries to take over. The demon trying to find a new host so it could do the same horrible things to others as it did to me and my family and my people. The reason why I'm going to the City of Ghosts is to get rid of these horrible beings, to find peace for those that have died. I fight this demon inside of my mind before it can take me over. But can I? Can I resist the urge to give in into this darkness? Can I resist the urge of power? Power that could very well save the people as well. The gods have answered. Yes! I fall on the ground and I focus. And just as the last ray of the light hits me, I open my eyes. And the one ray of light moves into my brain, where the one teeny tiny seed of darkness of this demon whole place. A name I once knew, now forgotten. But as I look at my fingers, only the scars remain. I cannot see my face, but a touch on the top. Are my horns still there? Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have answered. The power has taken its toll. Though I might have kept my freedom, my outer appearance is not my own anymore. By how far it has twisted me, I cannot know yet, for there is no reflection for me to look into. And to be fair, the last reflection that I saw was not a kind one to begin with. I steel my resolve as I my steps forward. The city of gulls nearby. The spires themselves are not the problem. It's the darkness that might bring creatures along. But my journey so far has gone well. I find myself near the city of gulls, where one of the first outposts of the city itself is. I move in. But the guards at the outpost do not react the way I would have expected them to. How do they react to my new appearance? Anyone may answer. The gods have spoken. As I move closer, expecting to be yelled at, expecting to be told to move away as the demon that I've become, I meet one that I thought I had lost. At that guard post is one of the people that is from my village, the one that was burned down. And even with my disfigured face and my demonic features, he recognizes me from the large scars that are on my chest. The ones that he saw me get at the battle against the demon. And he greets me like an old friend. As I'm moving closer, he moves to me. Do his friends trust him? And his decision to see me as a friend? Anyone may answer. Yes. The other guards around here, they are a strong team. And they've known each other for a long time. My friend, my old friend, he has probably told them of the stories, the things that happened, and the way I fought. Maybe their stories actually show me in a better light. As I move forward, they see at me and welcome me with open arms, even though the horns seem awfully dangerous. I move on forward, and are greeted into one of the outposts near the city of gulls. Soon, the darkness takes hold, but I know that I'm in a place of safety. Only the city of gulls now awaits. The guards can most probably keep me safe. Is anything going to interrupt me on the last few feet towards, on the last few miles to the city of gulls? Anyone may answer. The gods have answered. Somewhere in my mind, a dark voice enters.
Are you so certain that they really trust you? Are you so certain that they won't stab you in the back like so many others did? Like your wife did?
I look around, and I see the demon that I thought I had beaten before, now with darkness over us. He has gained in power once more, and his power grabs a hold onto me. My arm, it moves without me wanting it to, as I see the nails grow. Do the guards notice this sudden change within me? Anyone may answer. The gods have spoken. No! My friends, I walk onwards, but this dark doubt in my mind makes me not see them as friends. My nails, they grow longer, they grow sharper. And I move in towards the back of the mind of a friend.
Faith, we're nearly done.
I move my hand out. Can I stop myself from squashing this man's face? If I can, the demon shall be subsided and I can make my way to the city of Gauls. If I cannot, I'll have to fight. Anyone may answer. Do I kill my old friend? The gods have spoken. Yes, I kill my old friend before I can regain my own senses. My claws are already through his skull. I come back, I snap back and see my old friend. His head half torn apart. The other guards look at me. First in horror, then in confusion, then in anger. They all jump me. It is a fight, no matter what I can do. But the demon, he makes me strong. The demon, he makes me hate. Does the power of the demon make me overcome these guards without a hustle? Or is this a fight? Anyone may answer. These gods, they matter not. The gods have spoken. They are but small fry before my power. They tremble in fear as two more guards come up and they see the slaughter that I've made. Tremble they shall. I hold power. I'm stronger than any of them. Screw the city of Gauls. With this power I can create my own village. I can keep it safe. No demon shall ever stand in my way. The way of power is way better than the way of pacificity. Or is it? There's this seed of light somewhere in my mind. It tries to fight. Does it manage to break out? Does it manage to start a fight with me? Or is it time for the dark demon to arrive? Anyone may answer. I'm so sorry, 20. It's kind of the part of the story where I turn into a demon, so hey, sorry. I seize the light in my hands, but it burns. I try to control it. It's a fight! I quickly and easily overpower this puny part of light that was once part of me, that once controlled who I was.
It shows how weak it was. This light, it has no use for me. At least not now. But who knows, this small piece of light, what if I use it to get into the City of Gold so I can take it over with my own power? Can I use this light as a disguise? Can I use it to move into the City of Gold and take the throne that beholds no god? Anyone may answer. Yes, the gods have spoken. I used this light. I used what once was me. And I move on with it. These old fools, they see the light within me. They see the light within me and think it is what I am. No longer will the City of Gulls be led by an abandonment of gods. I'll be their god. I'll build my own place. And soon, no one shall divide Celebrimbor anymore. For I'm the one with power. I'm the one who builds the throne.
And that has been our story. Thank you all for joining me on this, what turned out to be a very dark story. I do have a feeling that I think we should count this as a lose, not as a win. For in this certain dimension where the City of Ghosts existed, it is no longer. Thank you all for hanging out. It has been a great joy to do this, and be a wonderful twist in the story. I mean, it's always fun to put some demons in it, isn't it? Now, I do believe it's time for me